What is up, people? It's time for the first ever post-fight pre-Twitch live stream. We're going to do this for an hour, maybe a couple, depending on how this goes. And then we're going to jump over to Twitch, which I will link in the description and in the chat probably, but before the time this is over. So I'm going to go to pull up this chat. So once everybody gets in here,
I'm going to jump over to Twitch,
which I will link in the bam. And we're motherfucking live. Let's go. All right, so first of all, we're going to talk about the UFC 221, last night just happened. Dope card. I wonder if a lot of people ended up buying the stream, or did you end up missing out on the stream and just checking out the results? I don't know. We'll see. But I actually watched the whole card from the Fight Pass prelims all the way to the Fox Sports prelims to the pay-per-view. Super dope night of fights. So, man, I know a lot of people didn't want to buy the pay-per-view, but I'm curious to see, did you at least even watch it? I know some people did for sure, but it is what it is. So with that being said, oh yeah, I Love My Beaches. That was on the Fight Pass prelims. I mean, in that fight, I actually thought he might have won the fight at the end of the fight. But it is what it is, man. And he had Uriah Faber in his corner and stuff, but I believe he's now moves to maybe 2-3 in his last 5 fights. But hey, he's still always fun to watch. So, and then who really stood out on the Fox Sports prelims? We had Israel Adesanya. Hey, what up, C-Level DC? What's up, full-time family? Hey, you don't know how many people hit me up, bro, talking about that guy's name. It's pronounced Adesanya. It's pronounced Adesanya. Like, nigga, you know when you got a fucking hard to pronounce name, bro. Don't come at me like that. What the fuck? Nigga said it's Adesanya, bro. He hates being compared to John Jones, bro. Like, come on, dog. Y'all are taking it way too serious. You gotta. I got the first name right, bro. Israel. Adesanya. Y'all gonna give me pronouncing that wrong the first time. Y'all get it. Fuck you, time. 27 Faded said it's time, but fuck you, time. What up, 24/7? 24/7. Much love again down the other day. I saw you. Also, yes, Adesanya, man, he dope middleweight coming up. One interesting I noticed about that fight. I mean, of course, he dominated after he held against the fence in the first round, but he only came in at, I believe, a 83-pound middleweight division. So he still got room to grow, not only figuratively but literally. I mean, most people cut weight to make 185 pounds, and this guy's coming in making the weight in a breeze, 183 pounds. So that's pretty interesting to notice. Since he's a young fighter, he's got to grow into a top 15, top 10, and eventually maybe even a champion. But he's also got to grow into that middleweight frame a little more. If he's coming in at 183 and you're going to be fighting big dudes like Yoel Romero's and the Luke Rockholds of the world, in the near future. And I think people are going to be expecting that out of that kid. They've already been talking about it. But, of course, these young up-and-coming stars, you got to, if you want them to grow, you don't just want to sacrifice them to a fucking killer just because they got some hype behind them. So with that being said, I am looking forward to his next fight. I don't even know if a lot of people who missed the card still don't know about Israel Adesanya. A lot of people probably who weren't, who were poo-pooing and complaining about UFC 221, they probably didn't watch the prelims, so they probably still don't know about the kid. So, it's kind of like Darren Till. Everyone knows about Darren Till now because over Donald Cerrone. But he didn't fucking, Israel Adesanya didn't fight at Donald Cerrone last night. So a lot of people still, I'm sure, clearly he's still going to have doubters. But a lot of people still might not even know the name. But he's up-and-coming. Angry Johnny the Fourth for Jones' brother. P for P, #1 real nigga. FT, what up, big dog? What up? What up? Yeah, man. So Israel Adesanya was on the Fox Sports prelims. Who else was on the Fox Sports prelims just off the top of my head? I'm glad I'm doing this live stream like this because I can just fucking Google shit like this, bro. Normally, I used to be able to do this when I'm recording because I'm fucking recording the screen. What up, fam? Said Tez Pitts. What up, big dog? What up? What was y'all's favorite fight of the night, or did y'all miss the fights last night? Did y'all not watch them because you were, one of those people, this is not worth my money, so you didn't even watch the free fights, or did y'all watch the fights? What was y'all's fight of the night? We got Donald Cerrone versus Yancy Medeiros in UFC Austin coming up next week. Derek Lewis versus Marcin Tybura on that card. Whoo, we got some motherfucking fights coming up. Yo, I think I heard on the MMA Beat they said, like, there's UFC events for, like, 26 of the next 28 weeks. We are about to be busy, boys. Holy smokes, that's a lot of fights. Yeah, I can't. Okay, I'll just have to Google it this way. UFC 221 results. I can do a screen share too. Let me know if y'all want to see the screen because, people, I'm doing a live stream, but I can either do it to where you see me or what I'm Googling and looking up and shit. Either way, I don't give a fuck because I'm not watching it. So let me know. What up, fam? Said test pitch. I like Romero. Romero versus, yeah, hey, yo, my dad and like my family, like they don't even watch MMA. Like when my dad came over with my uncle and like my aunt, they were over for a little bit and they were watching the fights. I guess the UFC, leading up to the fights, they have free fights. So they had a Yoel Romero fight on TV, and my dad called me yesterday, like, so I just watched the fights. That Romero dude, the dude with the knee? Oh, yeah, I got to watch it. I was telling him he fights tomorrow, actually, which was yesterday. So he came over to just for Yoel Romero's fight. He watched all the way through just to see Yoel Romero fight, and he ended up getting a big win. So they were entertained by the whole card, though. That whole card. Casual fans were entertained by that whole card when they watched it. So when us hardcore fans or media shit on a card and say it's not worth the money, and the casual fans don't even tune in, I don't really get why you would shit on a product. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I guess you're used to, oh, this doesn't have 3 title fights. Yeah, but it's still got so much UFC caliber competition and casual fans. I had a couch full of casual fans over last night. Loved the Fox Sports prelims all the way up to the pay-per-view. They were entertained. Now, luckily, they didn't watch the Fight Pass prelims because I was thinking to myself, this probably wouldn't be the best fights for casual fans to be watching. But the fights they did watch, super entertaining, and it was one of the least stacked cards of the year. So Eric Swag said, what up, fool? Time, fuck you, Tab Matt. Zero. So I'm about to have to tell my niece and my nephew that I'm recording. 1 second. Hey, Albert, you got to go upstairs. I'm recording. Thank you. Playing with the puppy and stuff, man. Fuck you, tell man. Zero Suit said, can you imagine if this was Pride and Yoel soccer kicked Rockhold instead? Hey, it is what it is. He still got that with that uppercut, man. That uppercut might have had the fucking strength of a soccer kick. Okay, no, but what if he missed the soccer kick? That uppercut, boom! Fuck you, tell man. Angry Johnny, the 4th Jones brother, said, Bam Bam and Jake Matthews. Yeah, Bam Bam. That was. Hey, I was super impressed. Somebody was telling me that Bam Bam and Tyson Pedro had a podcast together. I've never heard it, but I heard it was really funny too. So, I mean, that's interesting. Both of them fought on that card, up and coming. Both had great performances, spectacular finishes. I have to check out the next episode of that podcast. Hey, 24/7 Faded said, man, Jake Shields was a fucking warrior. Jake Shields? Are you talking about Jake Matthews, I believe? You talking about the nigga that fought through that fucking eye gouge, Jake Matthews? Yeah, he that was crazy. I'm glad they got fight of the night. And he came in as a wrestler. He used to fight at lightweight. Jake Matthews, so gosh darn impressive last night, man. If he used to fight at lightweight, he looked, he had a split decision win, I believe, in his last fight versus Bojan Milicevic. This fight came in as the grappler. Maybe undersized because he used to fight at lightweight, but won the striking, fought through the eye gouge, still got up, didn't complain about it, won the striking afterward. Holy smokes. C-level DC, yo, full-time. How many pay-per-view buys does this card do? I'm predicting 150,000 to 250,000. That might be, let's see. That might be, I want to say that might be, yeah, you're probably right, 150,000. What? Nunes Shevchenko, too, had 2 title fights, and it did 100,000, but it was rescheduled. And then it also had DJ Ray Borg, which no one really was, was kind of shit on by Dana White himself, and other fighters were like, oh, no one wants to see that. You're dodging TJ at that. That was what was going on at that time. So that was super low. But, I mean, the pay-per-views, and one thing about pay-per-views I don't really ever hear many people talk about. Like, let's say Australia. Like, we know in, like, the UK, they don't buy pay-per-views, right? Because they have, what's it called, BT Sport. They don't buy pay-per-views, so they get all the pay-per-views for free. So how does that translate to a star from there if he's a big star, but his fans don't have to buy the pay-per-views? So how does that affect his view sales? That's one thing I don't really get. So, and I say that because I don't know how it works with Australia. Does Australia buy pay-per-views, or do they have some type of deal where they don't buy them? Because if that's the case, then you would think an Australian card or somebody like a Mark Hunt wouldn't sell a lot of pay-per-view. Well, Mark Hunt's a fan favorite, but let's say an Australian star. If somebody that's a huge star in Australia, if they don't buy pay-per-views, if you know, that's just like, say they have a Australian BT Sport. If they don't buy pay-per-views, then how does that translate to fighters? Like, you know, my majority of my fan base doesn't have to buy pay-per-views. So you got a pay-per-view draw, but I've got a lot of fans. So I don't know how that affects whole cards in Australia. For a lot of the, you know, so I don't know. That's really interesting. But as far as, yeah, 150,000, 200,000 sounds fucking great. I mean, sounds like a good prediction to me. But I mean, in the pay-per-view buys don't tell the story of how good the fight card was. As I said, I mean, I had a couch full of casual fans that they don't know. My fucking dad and my uncle, they don't even watch boxing, bro. They watch fucking NFL. My dad don't even watch that. My dad don't even watch sports like that, but he's getting into MMA a little bit now because he sees, you know, I've been telling him about the channel, and I gave him the MMA Quick Hits 2 hoodie. You know, I got the full-time MMA one now. So, you know, he was just checking out some fights on his own on Fox Sports, seen it yesterday, seen Romero fight, came over, watched the whole card and enjoyed it all. My brother, the casual-ass microwave, enjoyed the card. And by the way, after Twitch, I'm going to be playing with Michael and some of our other friends, talking that shit. Y'all can hop on, boom, boom. Make sure you check out the Twitch after this live stream. But yeah, man, super dope night of fights. 150,000, 200,000 sounds good. Test Pitch said those Australian fighters was holding it down. Blades got clipped, and so fuck this back thing I go. Hey, that was, you know, he didn't plan on it, but I'm sure he already planned on doing some wrestling, of getting clipped or not, but definitely got clipped. But Curtis only like 26 years old. You know, Mark, the most experienced striker in UFC, let alone the heavyweight division. So, I mean, you can't really expect Curtis Blades to win that striking event. Kind of reminds me a little bit Anderson Silva, Daniel Cormier, just a little bit, because, you know, you can expect Daniel Cormier to win the striking. I mean, you try, you get clipped up a little bit, but it's back to wrestling. That's probably your game plan anyway. But I'm saying Curtis Blades, it's not like Curtis is just trash with the stand-up. We saw in the last fight, he fucking almost soccer kicked dude's ear off, but, you know, it was kind of like he barely missed that head kick. It hit his ear, scraped it. But before that, he was fucking dude up. I can't forget his name, like Volkanovski maybe. No, Volkanovski was on this card. The heavy, I can't think, it was Alexander Olenevsky. I don't know, but Curtis Blades ain't nothing to fuck with either way. He did what he did to get the win. And I'm in his post-fight speech, Curtis Blades was saying the right things, wants to be on Chicago. He's down to fight Francis Ngannou in the rematch, even though he's down to fight anyone in the top 5. He said it's bound to happen regardless. He said, I haven't earned my call out of Stipe yet, so I'm not going to call Stipe out yet, but I feel like I'm ready for these top 5 dudes. And he's only like 26 years old in the heavyweight division. So his only loss professionally was to Francis Ngannou, which was a doctor's stoppage. And he came into that fight. He scored multiple takedowns in that fight, which is why really, now that we know who Francis Ngannou and Curtis Blades really are, I'm going to have to go back on Fight Pass and watch Curtis Blades versus Francis Ngannou, because it was Curtis Blades' UFC debut, and he was the favorite that fight. But, I mean, it was Francis Ngannou. Another super interesting thing that he said at the post-fight press conference was he said, you know, Mark Hunt hits hard, but Francis Ngannou definitely hits harder. I mean, and he said, and he didn't say definitely like it was a long shot. He said, you know, it's sort of splitting hairs, but Francis Ngannou, for what it's worth, hits harder than Mark Hunt. And he said, with complete no disrespect to Mark Hunt, he was just being honest in his post-fight speech. So that's super interesting. That makes for a dope rematch. And I wonder how that would go, him being he probably got the wrestling and the cardio advantage. Now that we know what we know about Francis from his Stipe fight, maybe you just have to drag him to deep waters. That's another dope thing fucking Curtis Blades said. He said, I know he's a fucking like what, a warrior or some shit on the feet, and I'm a shark in the water or on the mat, so I had to drag him to the deep water. Hella dope how he said it. Like, he's a man, hey, it was a dope ass analogy that Curtis Blades had lined up, man. Pretty dope post-fight interview at the press conference. Brendan Chobbs Pink Boots said, full-time with the raccoon on his head. Let's fucking go. I'm telling you, I ain't fucking around, bro. Troll Buster said, I'm in this bitch. What's up, full-time fan? What the fuck you time, man? What's up? Big full-time. You know what the fuck's going on. Who knows what that's from? That's still trippy red shit. Zero Suit said, should Mark Hunt hang up the gloves? He's damn near close to a 500 fighter now. I don't think he should hang up the gloves till he fucking wants to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think your record means you should hang up the gloves until you start like slurring your words and forgetting what you're eating for breakfast, which he has said that he, you know, if that's actually going on, that's the only time I would like to see a fighter hang up their gloves. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just see you get beaten to fucking till the day, but you know what I'm saying? Until you can't get beat anymore. Once you start forgetting what you're, maybe it's time to hang up the gloves then. But I mean, if you're healthy and you feel like you can keep going, keep fucking going. I mean, it's always going to be fun to watch Mark Hunt fight. Go, what if he ends up at fucking Bellator or something crazy? You know what I'm saying? He's definitely got more fights. So if he wants to, though, I would be down for that too. Terry Crow said, "What up, boss? What up, Terry? What up, Terry?" Nathan Woodley said, "Let's go full-time family. What is up, dog?" Nathan Woodley. London Taylor said, "What's up, what's up, family? What up, London Taylor? Oh, seeing you over there. Hey, bro, why did I think it was Monday? Like, I woke up, it was like 11, and I went to Complex to see if there was a fucking new episode of Everyday Struggle out. Damn, the kids. Come on, kiddos. Hey, kids. Can you guys go upstairs, please? I'm recording. Thank you. Oh, they got a little friend over today. They got a little friend. I forgot. Yeah, they were having some fun. Not back here. See, I want to get a recording light for outside this door. So I turn that motherfucker on and let the kids know anytime this is on, I'm coming out there whooping ass. No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't hit him. MMA cashing bet said Ferguson versus Lee did like 90 to 100K. Yeah, and there's a lot of, and not to mention this was an interim title fight. I don't know if it, took into account that Yoel Romero missed weight, if that's going to affect the pay-per-view buys. I don't know if it took into account Robert Whittaker was supposed to be on the card, but I mean, I would think Yoel Romero might have more fans than Robert Whittaker, and that's just top of my head. Like if I went to Twitter right now or Instagram, I would assume he had more followers, but I don't know if that means he would sell more pay-per-views. Like, Yoel Romero, a lot of his fans could be in Cuba. Does Cuba buy pay-per-views, or do they have some type of Cuba BT sport to where, they don't have to buy pay-per-view? I'm really curious to know how that translates. You know what I'm saying? Does Michael Bisping not sell pay-per-views because of BT Sport? And a lot of it's, you know what I'm saying? That's just really interesting to me. Eric Swag said, "I think Mark Hunt would be perfect for Bellator." Fuck yeah. Nathan Woodley, shout out from the UK. Thank you very much. Fuck, shout out to the UK as well. 24/7 Fitted said, "Bro, imagine the Australian fans going to see a show at like 7 or 8 a.m. Sounds like a plan, bro. That kind of sounds fun to me. Like, I think it sounds fun. Maybe not 6 a.m., but like, give me 10 a.m. main card. I'm probably gonna miss the prelims and Fight Pass prelims, but I'll be there 10 a.m. main card. Fucked up. 24/7 faded. Fuck you talking about? London Taylor said 20. He always responding to you, okay. Joker 305 said L. Bro, you know who gets an L? Nah, you're cool, Joker 305. But I was gonna say you get an L for imitating Joker 305. I mean, you should at least be like boom. No, I'm just fucking around. Unless you're the real Joker 305, which I don't think is the case, But I don't know. I'm just fucking around, bro. But Oreo Gaming 221 would have finished 6 a.m. in the UK. Damn, 6 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, see, that's really interesting how those time zones and stuff work. I know I enjoy it normal time, and so you don't really notice it. But I know I noticed, like, in Mark Hunt's post-fight pictures, it was like daylight, and that's what really made it set in. Like, he just got in the fight, now he's about to get his day started. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is kind of crazy when you think about it like that. JB Smith said, "What up, bro? What up, bro?" Chris Court said, "Weidman and Rockhold 2 can happen now." Yep, for sure it can. Did y'all see Weidman? He had like a post fight whenever Romero was knocking out Rockhold, Weidman had like a super smug look on his face, like yeah, you got the same treatment. You know what I'm saying? Because they've both got knocked out by Romero. Now, I mean, I just did a whole interesting video on the middleweight division, so I'm not going to rehash that right here, but man, it's crazy how the middleweight division has played out over these last 2 years. When you take out GSP, of course, that was just some one-off come in and go. You can't even really count that, bro. Out of everything that's been going on in the middleweight division with the Rockhold, like, think about it. Whenever Bisping first knocked out Rockhold and was the champion, when he was injured or something, you had those top four, and I'm about to re-fucking go into it, and I just did that video. You had those top four of Jacare, Romero, Weidman, and Rockhold. Whittaker wasn't even in the picture yet. Brunson, he was right outside the picture. Though they fought, if you recall, number 5 and number 6 contenders. Actually, it was number 6 and number 7 because Gegard Mousasi was still in the picture. Bro, the middleweight division over the last couple of years has been so fucking dope, and just how it all played out. Like, those 4 were the 4 because no one really considered Bisping like, the greatest. So it was those 4. Then out of nowhere comes fucking Whitaker, beats Brunson. Then he gets the Jacare fight, beats Jacare. Then he gets the interim title fight, beats Romero. And then you've got, meanwhile, Weidman lost like 2 fights. Rockhold beat Branch and then lost to Romero. Now, it's just so crazy how it all played out. Robert Whitaker climbed to the top. Romero's like right under Whitaker. And now Jacare's even, people were like, oh, Jacare, when he lost to Whitaker, it might be because Jacare's like past his prime. People still doubted Whitaker at that point. Now, since then, Jacare knocked out Brunson, got another win before that. So it's like, no, that was just Whitaker showing he was the best middleweight in the UFC. But then we never saw Whitaker versus Mousasi or any like even MMA math remnants because nobody beat Mousasi in his last 5 fights in the UFC. So you can't say, well, Whitaker beat this guy that beat Mousasi because no one really beat Mousasi. So now you've got Whitaker and Mousasi at the top of the division, like in the world, but Mousasi's over at Bellator. So what if Mousasi becomes the Bellator middleweight champ? And then, bro, I'm telling you, I would pay $100 for that the fucking Bellator versus fucking UFC co-promote. I'm paying $100 if you put Whitaker Mousasi on the card. You got my money, 100%. That shit is crazy. The middleweight division, bro, I just love how that shit all played out. It's so crazy. Winner Shops Pink Boots said, if I see full-time in person, I'm jumping his guard. I tap quick. I'm out of there, bro. Hey, fuck around, pay me $3,000, and if you don't put it in the contract, I'll go get in the octagon with you. And as soon as the ref starts the fight, I'm fucking tapping, bro. I'm not even taking a punch. I'm just getting my 3K and walking away. You should have put it in the contract. I ain't no fucking fighter, dog. With that being said, Juicy Pekka said, Juicy Pekka, bro, Juicy Pekka. I don't. Hey, that's your real name, my bad, but it just sounds like one of them troll names, like Haywood Jablomi. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking Seymour Bush, Juicy Pekka. What's up, man? Sean Moonshine said, this fight proved to me how good Whitaker is. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Whitaker, he just climbed to the top. Oreo Gaming said, it's such a shame Mousasi went to Bellator. I know, man. It's crazy, but now they've got one of the best middleweights. And then think about it. Rory McDonald's the champion. If you got Mousasi and Rory as your middleweight and welterweight champion, you got a real case to say that your middleweight and welterweight champion would beat the UFC's middleweight and welterweight champion because, of course, you got to respect Robert Whitaker and everything he's done, who he's beat, what's been going on. That's why I said what I said. But if you don't respect Gegard Mousasi, it's because you're motherfucking slipper slacking on your pimping. Sean Moonshine said, Mousasi versus Romero, I'd love to see. That'd be a dope-ass fight. Tyler Lee said, I got a 2-part question. First, do you see John Jones coming back? And second, what's your name? Do I see John Jones coming back? Fuck yeah. He's not too, you know what I'm saying? I see him coming back whenever he's done with the suspension or even if they get him cleared. And what is my name? My name is Full Time. No, my name is Jordan, dog. 187, Scotty 187 said, are Yoel and Luke now dating after their post-fight intimate encounter in the cage? That's pretty funny. I saw the kiss, but he didn't kiss him on the lip, bro. I forget the goddamn channel. It might be MMA World or something. You know, at the end of the video, they always got like a little funny fucking meme or something, like a video meme, some funny ass shit. And they had like some slow, I don't want to say porn style music, but some slow ass love making music with Yoel Romero in slow mo, like, I love you, Luke. And then he got the kiss on the cheek. I was like, man, they be killing people. It's so fucking hilarious. But that was pretty funny. But Yoel was just showing respect, man. He missed weight and he wasn't doing it intentionally. I mean, in his post-fight speech, it really felt like that. I think he said he was thanking Dana White for helping him even. After I missed weight, Dana got in the sauna with me. Thank you very much. We tried. And people say it's not short notice. For a championship fight, it is short notice. And if you're 4 weeks, yeah, it's not short notice if you're like if you walk around closer to 185. But if you're a guy that cuts weight, real weight, to make your fucking division, 4 weeks is short notice. I mean, half of your camp, is probably going to be cutting weight, which takes away from your fight camp, which means it's still short notice. So, I mean, it was definitely short notice. Dana White himself acknowledged that, but I mean, it is what it is on that part. So, Yoel Romero, though, man, it's crazy because now he doesn't get the interim belt and he's already lost to Whitaker. So I'm very curious to see if he gets the next title shot, even though Dana White has said he does, according to like ESPN, Brad Komodo. It doesn't mean that's going to happen. Kelvin Gastelum's now in the picture. And you know what I'm saying? Just because Yoel missed weight and he's already fought Whitaker, I think we need to see one more fight. I don't know how close Whitaker is to coming back. If Whitaker's healthy and wants to fight soon, he's just going to have to, they're going to have to just give him Gastelum or Romero. But I think we could see, not only could we see Rockhold and somebody mentioned Rockhold and Weidman, the rematch, we can see that now. Another rematch we can see, Jacare and Romero. That one was a split decision, and some people thought Jacare won. We can see that rematch now for the #1 contender fight. That would make sense since Romero missed weight, doesn't have the interim belt. Either Romero versus Gastelum or Romero versus Jacare. But I don't think Gastelum will take the fight with Romero. He's been like, it just doesn't seem like a good matchup for him. You know what I'm saying? Coming up from welterweight with the Weidman fight, I just don't see Gastelum accepting a fight with Romero. So he might have to fight Jacare if the UFC lets Gastelum get the title shot, which is very possible, only because Yoel missed weight. So very interesting to see how all of that plays out as well. The middleweight division still as interesting as it's been over these last couple of years, still a lot of stuff going on. Brendan Schaub's, let's see, I already read that, I think. Okay, it just fucking loaded down, so I gotta scroll back up. There he is. Eric Swag said, full time, once you have all your stuff selling smoothly and you have some extra time, you should learn jiu-jitsu. Yeah. I definitely am not against it or anything. It's going to be a while before all of my stuff selling smoothly, man. Sean Moonjohn said, Jones defo will be back if he cheated or not. Yeah. Even if, no matter what, I think he'll be back eventually. C-Level DC said, everyone's overlooking Rafael Carvalho. He's a tough matchup for Musasi. I mean, I'm not so much, 1 second. I'm sorry I have to keep doing this, by the way. I'm not going to have to keep doing it, but, I'm on Twitch. I'm going to be upstairs. Hey, kiddos. My truckers already ran up, screamed and ran up there. See, that they're going to be, that's where I get my jiu-jitsu lessons in, bro. I teach my nephew like Kimuras and stuff. I don't actually learn. The stuff I learned from watching, I'll be showing him. Man, hey, he's better prepared than all the other motherfucking first graders. Let somebody fuck with him. JB Smith said the UFC Bellator idea would be sweet, bro. I'd pay no doubt. I'm telling you. And you can, it's kind of like Mayweather McGregor. It's a co-promote. Boxing and MMA, except for it's Bellator and UFC. It's a co-promote. Young Gabriel said, fucking mutt. Hey, mutt fucking power, bro. I'll get my dog in here, too. He's a mutt, but he's fucking super sweet, too. 24/7 Faded said, killing him with kindness. London Taylor said, yeah, it was MMA world. And Yoel Romero, I mean, how disrespectful could you even be after the fight? You know what I'm saying? After missing weight, it would have looked really bad if he was like, screamed in Rockhold's face after knocking him out, like, I'm the champ, bitch. I know my mic's turned up, or I would have screamed in your fucking ears. But how fucking shitty with you, and you're trying to get a title shot, and you're not going to become the interim. You that is the only play, though, being nice and respectful after knocking out a guy and missing weight. But still, fucking Yoel Romero, I don't think, him missing weight is too much of an asterisk here because he tried to make the weight, and also it was short notice, but also he gave up $105,000, and also Luke Rockhold accepted the fight, which if he would have turned down the fight, it would have fucked up that whole card. But it is what it is. I mean, it was 3 pounds. It wasn't 10. 3 pounds is a lot, and it's unprofessional, but it's short notice, and we've seen people miss weight by 10 pounds. We've seen people miss weight by 5 pounds, and at the end, second attempt, I believe it was like 2-something pounds. So, but people are definitely going to mention it. I'm sure Luke Rockhold, if he gets on the MMA hour, or something, I'm sure they're going to talk about that weight. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. And I was listening to what's his name, the guy that is on the MMA beat sometimes, the Colombian kid. He does an MMA post fight show with Luke Thomas now. Danny Segura, I think is his name. He was saying something about that as well, about Yoel Romero's wins, like how most of them come with asterisks, whether it's pouring water on himself in the corner or, all the sitting on the stool gate, water gate, whatever gate with Romero. A lot of his wins have had asterisks, but this one doesn't. It's like, well, actually, this one to me seems like it has an asterisk because as much as yeah, Luke Rockhold accepted the fight and took that $105,000 extra dollars. It's still got an asterisk. You still missed weight. The headline says knocks out Luke Rockhold after missing weight. That's the asterisk. So he didn't become the interim champion because of that asterisk. So it is what it is, though. Yoel Romero is no joke. Oreo Gaming. So who do you think deserves the the shot at featherweight? Well, the winner of Ortega and Edgar, and then if the winner of Ortega and Edgar fights Max, then Jeremy Stephens is up there, though. If Jeremy Stephens beats Emmett, we've definitely got to start talking about Jeremy Stephens getting a title shot soon, because he's not beating the biggest names right now because Josh Emmett just got into the top 5. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, he beat Doo Ho Choi, but he's not like in the top 5. Josh Emmett just got in the top 5. So Jeremy Stephens just hasn't beat that number 1 contender up there. Like Jeremy Stephens in top. Young Gabriel coming through with the motherfucking hate and the fuck, dog. That's probably MMA Fast Topics. Sean Moonshine said you can't beat up Romero too much for the weight problem. Exactly, not too much, but it's a little bit of an asterisk. Young Gabriel should take a shower. You had the same outfit for the longest time. Hey, this is a motherfucking hoodie, dog. It's cold in this basement, nigga. Hey, what are you talking about outfit, nigga? It's a hoodie and outfit. Clown ass nigga. All right, Oreo Gaming. Who do you think? Oh yeah, we already read that one. He said he gets his ass beat again. Hopefully, says Gabriel on deck hitter. Hey, speaking of platinum hitters, I seen you holding it down. Shout out Moonshine. Oh, another shot. This is Holloway. At least at full time, pound list is bullshit. Yeah, as far as is that the pound list right now? Like the UFCs, is it close to what's accurate? I believe so. Probably the right names, but definitely just not the right word. You know what I'm saying? I seen there was an MMA ELO list on Reddit one time that they pulled up, and I've got it bookmarked. That's a super dope list that they made up, man. I would go off of something like that where you use like it's got to be something like that. I would use and list. I'll do that soon. Like I hope they update it because I'll do a top 10 active. They had GSP number 1, John Jones number 2, but they aren't active. So I wanted the top 10. Connor, aside from that, there's other pound for pound might disagree before losing. Now he's up, but I think he was top. That is a lot of champion right now. So yeah, I don't think the UFC's listed. 24/7 Faded said, "Young Gabriel, take this L and get the fuck out." That's what I'm saying. You don't even get the fuck out. Some boy might have already blocked him by now. That's pretty fun. C-Level DC versus Rockhold is such an interesting fight. That hell of a fight because Gastelum could for sure clip him up. He could clip him, right? And then at the same time, Rockhold could grapple Gastelum up if he doesn't get dropped first. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. We got Steven Sinclair said, yo, quick hits. This is rip off quick hits. No, this is motherfucking full-time MMA. And we don't fuck with fast topics over here, bro. Not until he puts them, accepts one of them emails that I sent him. I might need to send him a new one. He might have forgot about me. Nah, I'm just fucking around, man. I'm keeping peaceful, man. It's all peace and positivity, man. I'm stay on defense. I'm not gonna just, go at somebody just for the fuck of it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I want to. I've sent the emails already, man. Sean Moonshine said, full-time equals young Mark Hunt. No, hey, I don't give a fuck. You can call me a young Mark Hunt. You can call me. I don't give a fuck. Hey, it is what it is, man. Jorge said, quick who? What's that? Oh, yeah. Fucking. Damn, I fucking forgot too, bro. Sean Moonshine said, old MMA channel. Wait, what? That's pretty fucking hilarious. Morris said, what is next for Rockhold? Maybe Weidman? Maybe Weidman? That's another thing, though. That's another thing about Gastelum. It's going to be hard for Gastelum to get a title shot while Weidman's still up there because they just fought, and it definitely didn't go good for Gastelum. Gastelum's plan is like, I hope I don't have to fight any of these top middle. Well, and this is just in my head. I want a title shot before having to fight anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because he's said, like, a lot of these fights don't really make sense. He wasn't looking at the winner of Machida Brunson. He wants a title shot. And if you just look at the resume, he's really only beat middleweights that are, like, right outside their prime, except for Bisping, who had just been finished. He hasn't – when I was just talking about those killers that were in the middleweight division, the Jacare, the Romero, the Weidman, the Rockhold, the Whitakers, even the Brunsons, Gastelum really hasn't fought any of those guys. He fought like the Vitors and the Bispings and the Tim Kennedys, and you know what I'm saying? Some of those older dudes. He might fight Machida next. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that fight makes sense for Gastelum. I don't know. Or 170. Maybe going back to 170. I think his manager said something about going back to 170. Full-time or MMA Fast Topics, the only channel that doesn't matter. Yeah, I remember when that guy used to. God, you guys are trying to start some shit, bro. We'll let him speak for himself. It's too late for you guys to really, you know what I'm saying? I already got a W. Maybe a month ago I would have entertained you guys, but it's kind of like kicking a man while he's down. He hasn't responded. When you're fighting somebody, if you just swing on somebody and they don't swing back, you're not supposed to just keep beating them down. If they don't put up a fight, let them tucker out. You know what I'm saying? Let them back down. Let them bow out. Just leave him alone. I'm not just gonna, if he's never gonna swing back. I mean, he did throw a little bitty baby fucking jab at me when he flagged my fucking channels down. But other than that, man, I gotta stop entertaining you trolls that are speaking up for him. Let him, I want to see him. I want to see that name, Fast Topics, so I ain't even responding to that shit. I'm going to let him breathe. Steven Sinclair said, Romero's full of tricks. You right. And that motherfucking nerd might have been who was hacking my shit that one day, bro. I still don't know what the hell happened that day. Computer was about, man, what the hell on YouTube? Randomly about to upload some porn. I had to hurry up and X all of that shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? I think it was that nerd. But I might be wrong. Jordan Walsh said, yo, what's up? I'm late. What up, Jordan Walsh? You're not too late, honestly, man. I'm going to be here for maybe an hour, maybe less. Switch it over to the Twitch, start doing that every Sunday. Probably going to be extended the longer, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours in the future. But as of today, first one, I don't even got everything super set up. You know what I'm saying? It's a new idea, so we're going to start it today. Sean Moonshine said, learn them in the Olympic wrestling like DC. Ariel Helwani was buying this card, said C-Level DC. Ariel Helwani was shitting on this card. I'm not even used to Ariel Helwani shitting on cards. It was like on the MMA beat, like shitting on it. Like, normally you can't judge a card by what's on paper. But this one you can. And then it ended up being a hell of a card. Like, damn, Ariel, why you got to do him like that? Mark Hunt's even on the co-main event. I know it's not a #1 contender fight, but it's a heavyweight fight, man. It's going to be entertaining. And then you had another heavyweight fight, knockout artist, Mr. Tai Tuivasa before that. And not to mention, it's a UFC card. Come on, man. But it is what it is. Nate Screw said, is Yoel naturally that big? I hate to be a hater, but that's unusual build for that weight class. I mean, maybe he's short. Maybe that's why he's shorter than a lot of guys. Former wrestler, it's God's plan. It was God's plan for him to be that big, man. I don't know who he is naturally. I'm not his. I ain't never met none of these dudes. Sean Moonshine said, kids, fuck off. Probably talking to Gabriel. Young Gabriel said, let's put a call on deck, pussy. Bro, 100% you wouldn't put a call on deck. Stop fucking lying. None of you would. Ever since I fucking slayed the first troll. Patreon hitter on deck. Still going strong. Yeah, okay, man. Like I said, I'm not even fucking with you. You're speaking for yourself. I'll fuck with you. If you want to put a call on deck, we can do that. But I'm definitely not fucking entertaining you if you're talking about fast topics. Fuck Oscar. Hashtag fuck Oscar said 24/7 faded. Hashtag fuck Oscar. Fuck boys. Brandon Schaub's pink boot said young Gabriel trying hard. You might as well beg, bro. He wants to get turned into a fucking meme or a hashtag, bro. London Taylor said, young Gabriel, chill out with the fuckery. Man, it is what it is. I could block him, but I just really don't care. Sean Moonshine said, will McGregor fight Ferguson or Khabib or never fight in the UFC again? I think he'll fight in the UFC again. It'll probably be Floyd Mayweather. No, it's going to be Floyd Mayweather or Nate Diaz. I don't think McGregor's going to be fighting Ferguson or Khabib, but I don't think so, no. Will he fight in the UFC again? Yes. Ferguson or Khabib? No. J.B. Smith, Jones, best ever, period. Don't care what anyone says. Real talk. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. Some people still say, like, Barry Bonds, it's like the steroids era and the clean era. Like, Jones, the best ever. Okay, yep. Anderson Silva's still up there. Everybody's still up there. Brock Lesnar's up there in the heavyweights. I mean, it is what it is. But if you're talking about greatest clean fighters post USADA ever, motherfucking give me DC all day. Fuck you, Tim Matt. Eric's, and he's moving up to fight Stipe. I don't even want to hear your fucking argument. Eric Swag said Jones equals best pre-USADA. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Pablo Escobar, Platinum Pablo Escobar. What's good, full-time family? Fuck you, Tim Matt. Sean Moonshine said Rockhold's hands are shit for the time he's been in the game. Are so shit for the time he's been in the game. Interesting. And he's probably got his hands so fucking deep into, bro. Rockhold, he was with the pop stars and shit. Rockhold probably got 4 different bitches that know about each other. You know what I'm saying? In the same city, not city to city. I'm talking about same household. You know what I'm saying? Fucking sister wives and shit. And I. Steven Sinclair said, just kidding, brother. Love from the UK. Caleb Downing said, I think Ty will surpass Hunt. I think he'll be kind of like Hunt. The only thing about Ty, like, I don't know much about him. I know a lot of people know more about him because he's got a podcast and stuff. That was my first time ever seeing Ty. But I've just looked up his shirt dog and I just noticed he's won every single fight in the first round. 7 fights, 7-0, all in the first round. I mean, people were super high on Francis Ngannou, and he had even won by submission and been out of the first round. But all I'm saying is we haven't seen Ty's wrestling or his cardio yet. So I just can't put him up as the new Hunt or even the new GOAT. And, you can say he'll surpass Hunt, but, I mean, you can't necessarily say he's going to win the title. He's got a chance like all heavyweights and like all knockout artists. But we just have to see more is all I'm saying. Eric Swag said post-USADA Jones doesn't even fight. He's a guy that runs over pregnant women. Interesting. Jordan Walsh said they should give Mark Hunt fun fights who will stand with him or he should retire. See, and the problem with that is he's in a current lawsuit with the UFC. I mean, I wonder if that plays into his matchmaking. Do you think if he wasn't suing the UFC, they would be giving him those stand-up fights? But he was scheduled to fight Marcin Tibur, which would have been a stand-up fight. That would have been a great matchup for Mark Hunt. But then the interview got him pulled out of that fight. Then he gets matched up with the fucking killer, Curtis Blades. So very interesting, depending with his matchmaking. And I agree, it would be dope to see Mark Hunt getting favorable matchmaking. But I don't think anybody's going to be getting favorable matchmaking that's in a lawsuit with the UFC. Oh, crap. 1 second. All right, now we got more visitors. Jordan Walsh said they should give Mark Hunt fun fights. Who will stand? Oh, yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Caleb Downing said Kelvin got offered Yoel, but it was turned down. This was like 1 or 2 months ago. Yeah, Kelvin, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kelvin doesn't really want to fight most of the guys at the top of the division, and just not smart fights for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to either wait on a title shot or fight Machida and then wait on a title shot, or fight one of these dudes and fuck around and win. You know what I'm saying? Fight Weidman and get the knockout. Hopefully it doesn't get to the grappling. You know what I'm saying? Or get back to welterweight. Caleb Dowling said, Kelvin talks out of his ass, says he beat Whitaker in training, and says Whitaker took the easy fight, yet Whitaker beat Yoel, who Kelvin ducked. Yeah, that's just trash talking, maybe trying to, talk his way into the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're Kelvin, or this goes for any division. If you're the best fighter, if you feel like you're the champion, if you feel like you're the best fighter in the division, you might want to talk your way into the title shot, but you can also take a fight. You can beat a number 1 contender if you do get skipped. Whenever TJ Dillashaw was the number 1 contender and deserved a title shot, and Uriah Faber got the fight, TJ Dillashaw took a fight with Rafael Assunção. When he got skipped again, TJ Dillashaw took a fight with John Lineker. Now, Kelvin Gastelum, when he got skipped, he's not doing that. So he might feel like he can beat Robert Whitaker, or even if not, it just makes sense to fight for a title. It's a smart move. It's a big career move. But you kind of show, when you're not taking the fights with these killers like TJ Dillashaw was doing. That's why I feel the way I feel. TJ Dillashaw felt like he was the best, came back and got the belt. But in the meantime, while he was getting skipped, to beat some number 1 contenders. A lot of these guys just wait on the sideline until they get that title shot because, Kelvin Gastelum's coming up from 170. So a lot of people forget Robert Whitaker used to fight at 170, but he's undefeated since moving up to middleweight, and it was when he was a lot younger because Robert Whitaker's still only like 26, 27 years old, and he was fighting at welterweight like 4 years ago. So he was like fucking 22, 23 when he fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So, and it was still Stephen Wonderboy fucking Thompson, So, I mean, Robert Whitaker's a hell of a dude. But I'm just saying Kelvin Gastelum probably has a better matchup versus Robert Whitaker than a Weidman or a Romero. But it's interesting. But young Gabriel said, start some shit, bitch boy. Bro, if you're a fucking platinum hitter, you're paying that man $20 a month. Why don't you tell him to accept a call or something? You should be worth your money. You're paying customer. You should get what you fucking want. So either you're lying or you're bullshitting. Sean Moonshine said Gastelum will never win the belt at 185 unless he skips to the title shot and lands a big shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a better overall fighter than Whitaker. I don't think he's a better middleweight than Whitaker, but he could, land a shot. If he fucks around and wobbles Whitaker and follows up, anything can happen in MMA. But if he's got to go through Weidman and then go through Romero to get to or go through Jacare and then go through Romero like Robert Whitaker had to do, I don't think he's ever even going to get to the title. But maybe some politics will happen. Someone will get injured. This fight will fall through. This guy will miss weight. Robert, in comes Kelvin Gastelum. But if not, I think 170 pounds is where Kelvin Gastelum should be. The only problem with that is the weight issues. How many years have I watched the UFC? I don't know. I don't keep it like on track, but I keep track of it this way. I was a super casual fan. Anderson Silva, Rampage Jackson, Chuck Liddell, Chael Sonnen days. I became a super hardcore fan. Well, right before Conor McGregor, like I started listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. It was like before Conor McGregor fought fucking Who did he fight before Aldo? Aldo pulled out, was it before Nate Diaz? Who did Conor fight before Nate Diaz? Either way, man, I've been a super hardcore fan now for maybe 5 or 6 years, but I've been a casual fan for maybe 10 years or whatever the fuck that was, 10, 11 years. But yeah, but I watched the shit like hardcore. So, a lot of people have been watching for years, but they complain cards like UFC 2-1, and I'm like, what the this card is it's fighters. What are you talking about? Yeah, it might not be the most stacked card team, but this is the fucking UFC. There's people watching the sport for 25 years that are complaining all of these cards, and I'm into all of these cards. Maybe, me only watching them to 5 years as me, those other fucking, I don't know the word, but you know what I'm saying? They're spoiled. I'm still learning so much. I'm like into the shit, whether it's a Fight Pass prelim, or a bad pay-per-view or anything. I'm fucking watching. And, not only am I learning the sport, I'm learning the people's stories. I'm learning about the different gyms and the different coaches. I'm learning about the up-and-coming new fighters. I'm, doing research, watching old UFCs. Like, I'm fucking still in love with the sport. Maybe these guys that have been watching the sport for 25 years and watching 20 different organizations, they're out of love with the sport. While I'm still fucking loving this shit. So maybe that's why, it's refreshing for me to be, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are like, yeah, I've been watching since UFC 6. So fuck, what do you think? You're not a fucking brown belt, bro. Why do you think you should be on YouTube? You don't do Muay Thai, after I'm fucking busy watching this shit while you're fucking earning your brown belt watching the UFC and researching Israel Adesanya or Darren Till or Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and that's why I'm gonna fuck around and put you on some game. So, with that being said, let's scroll back up because the chat is starting to bubble a little bit. Hit the like button, please, said London Taylor. My motherfucking dog. Daniel Sanchez said, what up, full-time MMA? What is up, Daniel Sanchez? What is up, big dog? Let's see. Stop with the kindergarten shit, cunt, said Sean Moonshine. Hey, it is what it is, man. Let them troll. Let them troll. They can't fuck with me. Young Gabriel, keep trying harder, bro. He's not going to get to me, brother. Sean Moonshine said, hope you got that virus. Hunt will always be a badass. Had a terrible childhood. Exactly. Mark Hunt's always going to be a badass, even as long as he wants to fight. Young Gabriel said, what's your email, bum? Fulltime MMA at gmail1. Fuck you, Chime Matt. And I'll repeat, fulltime MMA1 at gmail.com. So I think I fucked that up the first time. Fulltime MMA1 at gmail.com. Young shit can. Rizzo said, full-time versus super cash. Fuck you, Time Matt. Fantasy fighting this joint. Jordan Walsh said, Young Gabriel, you're all talking the fuck out of here. I guarantee you we don't have a call with Young Gabriel in the next 3 days because he doesn't have a man on deck, homie. No man on deck. Jordan Walsh, you already said that. C-Level DC said GSP is the GOAT. Yeah, according to that fucking list, he is. I can't even deny the list. I can't deny the fucking ELO list. GSP is the GOAT, but he's inactive now. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's not fighting anymore. So, Brendan Schaub's Pink Boot said, love when the Fast Topics fans come by crying. I don't even think they're Fast Topics fans. I think they're just trolls. Does Fast Topics do live streams too, or do you have to pay for that as well? I don't think he's ever did a live stream. For one, we know he didn't with camera, but even without camera, I don't think he did live streams. Rizzo said super cash versus full time. We already did that. I did a fantasy fight on that. More is more. Do you think Tony Ferguson can finish Khabib on the ground? Of course he can. It's not like he's some fucking blue belt down there. Of course he can. Platinum hitter on deck, said WP. Yeah, right. 24/7 Faded said Young Gabriel low-key wants some D. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. Definitely does. He's definitely DTF. I'm him said sup Bellator 194 picks. I'm gonna have to get on those. I was just now about to start my UFC Austin predictions as well. I'll get on those tomorrow though, because after this motherfucking live stream, we're jumping to Twitch for a little bit. I mean, I might even do them later tonight, but I'm definitely got to get this Twitch starting because I mean, YouTube is a dope platform, and I'll always be on it. But nothing wrong with having multiple platforms, and also Twitch. You know, when I grew up, like I was competitive gaming type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't as much. But I've still got like my brother and some of my friends and cousins. They still be on the fucking Xbox and shit. So whenever I'm doing that, like let's say after I'm done working on the computer, I can keep working, but that way I can turn leisure into work. So no matter, I'm always working. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm switching and doing this. Eventually, whenever I'm able to like do another job too, I'll go from those two jobs. All right, some of you who gives a fuck, or the tie is 9-0, so 9-0. But I think he's won fights in the first round. Sean Moonshine said, imagine how advanced MMA will be in 20 years if it keeps going. And yeah, you guys are talking about Tyler. I can tell I'm probably behind on the stream just because I'm reading essentially every comment going down. So yeah, I'm probably a little behind on what you're saying right now. Sea Level DC said Ty already has as many wins as Hunt, almost as many wins as Hunt. Wow, I didn't think about that. I'd have to see what is Hunt like 15-10. No, he's got more fights than that, bro. What is he like 20-15 or something? 20-10. Morris said Luke Rockhold's chin is weak. I mean, it got touched by David, which is very interesting. May Alex said Tony's going to be Woodstock that Tony is on such a win streak, like counted out by people because of performance. Tony Ferguson's fucking it's crazy, like worth it just to bet because he's so fucking odds for that, bro. I fight Tony Ferguson, see how fucking got it out, like so crazy. Smith Jones third time, then like the GOAT. You said still yet you shot or not. I think John Jones will beat DC the second time, maybe even the first time, without you. The second, sure. If you could beat him, you clean, you probably Chinese cocaine off of, Joe Rogan. He said it's like not cocaine with Creed. That was the first one. China with something in it. Like, and always got John Jones but with Jones, I believe Daniel Cormier, the platinum hitters must make full time. Keep coming back for more, better here, and more informative, cringy, free. I mean, now this is just like a joke for guys, but full-time family check. If you combined, okay, because my content's clearly better than his content, and his content is clearly worth $20 a month. Well, I don't want to say that, but he had quite a few people paying him $20 a month for some time. If his content was better than mine, it's worth $20 a month. How much I'm saving all these are over because he had, and I'm letting you guys get into this conversation. I'm just saying, $20 a month compared to better shit. That's a whole fucking money to think about, but it is, man. Do your Thug Dizzle, man. I ain't gonna knock his hustle. He came at me, but it is what it is, man. I gotta fucking stop getting baited into that conversation until this dude swings back, because I feel like I'm just beating somebody into the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, he swung at me, didn't realize who he was fucking with, and I just started beating him into the ground, and he's like, all right, enough. And I'll bait me into swinging again. It is what it is. That's a good comparison, huh? Nate Screw said maybe Hunt should just fight Yoel when he eventually gets busted for PEDs. They'll be the same size by then. Who, Mark Hunt or Yoel? What the hell? Are you saying When Yoel gets busted, he'll be the same size as Mark Hunt. Hey, it is what it is. Caleb Dowling says Tony by triangle choke or KO by upkick. Hey, a triangle choke by Tony Ferguson is a very realistic possibility of the fight because a lot of people are going to be expecting him to get taken down. We know how flexible and crazy he is, and we know how high level his jiu-jitsu is. So Tony Ferguson could very well get a triangle choke or something else. Up kick, fuck around. Doctors from an elbow from the bottom cutting could be doctors. I don't know. Troy Buster said, who wants smoke UFC 2 or UFC PS4? I got one of the UFC games, but on Xbox. I don't got the one that just came out, but right before that I do got. I suck at that shit. I'll fuck around and play. Especially knockout mode, bro. I'll play mode, but I'm about to probably night after this joint. Caleb Dowling said, I agree with you that Kelvin is up against Whitaker, and Kelvin is the hardest fighter in my opinion. Yeah, I think he's got a good matchup with Whitaker, and not even like favorable, but I just think Kelvin's best in the middleweight division is going to be Whitaker because he's probably not the biggest, and you don't have to worry about getting dominated by a big dude in the wrestling. Luke Rockhold, the Yoros, and the Weidmans are pretty sick grappling, and there's some pretty dudes. And I don't know where, Gavin's success is going to come in. Caleb said Whitaker went through a murderer's row to get to the Uriah Hall. Maybe not the best. Derek Brunson, Jacare, and Uriah Hall is even getting overlooked a little bit. Whenever I mentioned Derek Brunson and Jacare and Yoel, let's see. Eric Swag said Chad Mendez. C-Level DC Mendez. Chad Mendez, what? Oreo Gaming said, do you watch Tough? I watched the Cody Garbrandt TJ Dillashaw season. I did not watch the Ultimate Fighter female flyweight season. Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje. I didn't watch that season, but I do plan on watching Daniel Cormier. I think that's going to be a fun season to watch, so I'll probably watch that and do recaps on those. Caleb Dowling said, I watch every UFC event except some of the big pay-per-views I can't afford. Every UFC. Yeah, me too, man. I can't afford a lot of these pay-per-views. I say that I'll definitely be buying harder. I would buy this card telling you it's worth the money. Dude, I'm fucking broke as fuck. I don't mean I'm buying it. No, not you, puppy. I thought you were a dog. I mean, he bad. But, yeah, half the time, if one of my friends isn't ordering it and I'm not going to a bar, I'll probably, you know what I'm saying, have to find a way to watch it too. I got Fight Pass for the prelims, but it is what it is. But if I was fucking balling or if I had money like that, like even fucking, you know what I'm saying, decent money, like middle class type shit, I would be buying a lot of these pay-per-views. I think they are worth the money, considering what fucking $65 for the best fighters on the planet. Like, just think about if you were going out to an event, even if you're just going out to dinner, you know what I'm saying? Or if to a live show, a live sporting event, you're going to probably end up spending $65 anyway. You have to do it in the comfort of your own home, with whoever you want. They can pitch in. Like if you're going somewhere else, you're going to spend that, if not more. I don't know. I just think $60, $65 to watch a fucking UFC pay-per-view, no matter who's on the card. If you have a main event, it's fine. And that's not the case. I know a lot of people are spoiled and get to pick whatever you spend for sure. It's your hard-earned money. Spend it on whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's worth the money. Whether or not you have the money is the difference, but it's fucking worth it. The card last night was fucking Romero, middleweights on the planet for a long time. Mark Hunt, had too heavy. Come the fuck on, dog. Not to mention that you get for free. What is everybody talking about this for? I must have missed something. Karate Kid said fast topics just fuck you up. Oh yeah, bro. I'm so sure. Terry Crow said tune into LFA weekend. Jaleel Willis. LFA. I've got my eye on LFA than any organization. LFA and Invictus still casual. I probably not name 2 LFA fighters. Like I see LFA fighters right before they get to the UFC. Like Greg Hardy, I think is in that. Yeah, but LFA, I know they got some of the brightest prospects before they even get to the UFC. Stamina MC said, locked in on my phone in the back of a Moscow taxi, food for life. Hey, MC, it's motherfucking no deck, man. Whenever I ain't been on Snapchat in a couple of few days, but I need to get back on my Snapchat shit. MC, you know, be on fucking plane in Moscow and taxi shit. I feel like I'm trying shit through my boy and shit. Stare occult topics, more like bitch. JB Smith already drop kicked the like button from the start. Shit, it's lag. Oh, I probably should see all the new likes. New likes, but I don't give. It is what it is. WP said Fast Topics, the only channel that fucking matters. Hey, you know what? I tell you what. I don't care about what you say, talk trash, but no advertising for some fucking whack ass $20. You know what I'm saying? If you're just advertising, I'll ban your shit. But if you're talking shit, we can handle that. But don't advertise no whole shit like that, homie. MMA Fast Topics with that shitty ass slogan. Clearly, it's not the only MMA channel that matters. You, God damn it! I'm letting you bait me back into this shit. All right, I gotta stop. Brendan Schaub's Pink Boots said, "Fast Topics fan equals MMA closet MMA full time fan." Hell yeah, hell yeah. Sean Moonshine said, "What man is called Gabriel? Parents need shooting." That's fucked up, bro. Troll Buster said, that message is attractive. Oh shit. Tainted Coke, what's the world coming to? I know, man. That's Joe Rogan. He's got all the scoops on John Jones' shit. Sean Moonshine said, so you could be, hey, man, I did not come to this stream prepared, but this is the first one. I need a fucking drink and shit, bro. I might shut it down soon, but I'm probably just going to go to Twitch, and then I'll be back to making content, of course, doing predictions and all of the shit. We're going to be so busy for the rest of the fucking year. Shit. So busy. I think there's 24 out of 24 UFC events in the next 26 weeks. Fucking, it is what it is, though. But I'm just letting you guys know sooner rather than later. So if you got any questions you want to ask about UFC 221 or anything, let me know, and then I'll answer those. And then I'll probably get off of here, and then I'll plug the Twitch, and you can come either follow me on Twitch or Xbox, or you can just not. I don't give a fuck. But I'm going to be gaming with the microwave, maybe some other friends talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Swallow and spit, fucking shit up on the Fortnite. Bow, bow, motherfucking boom, headshot. Hey, I be talking shit. I got to tone it down, though. I'm trying to not only limit my cussing, but you know what I'm saying, limit some of the aggressive trolling. But with that being said, it is what it is. I'm not done yet. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. All right, Sean Moonshine said, so you could be doing that dick pill shit was an excuse. It's been proved. And one of the things about the dick pill excuse is Anderson Silva and John Jones used it, and then they both went on to pop again. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be you got to get up for these hoes is what I'm saying. You know, if they tell you that the red rhinos from the gas station are tainted, but you got 3 hoes that are saying, but baby, what about the red rhino? I'm just saying, man, red rhinos and blue rhinos are a hell of a drug. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're addictive. Maybe I need to go try them out. I don't know. 24/7 Faded said, gotta love Joe Rogan's BS excuses. Sean Moonshine, great martial artist, but seems a shitty human. Hey, man, I don't know. I have no clue, but seems like a good human being one day, and then the next day seems like a sociopath, and he seems like, you know what I'm saying, a preacher. I don't know what's going on, bro. Caleb Dowling said Jones will go down as the biggest fuck up in UFC history. Who was it that said that? I think Joe Rogan said that. It's pretty funny. I think Joe Rogan said that once on his podcast, like John Jones is the biggest fuck up in UFC history. And now it's funny because Joe Rogan's the one that's always like, no, like Chinese creatine, bro. It was like, you know, Peruvian fucking, you know, created sand. I don't know. Joe Rogan's the one coming up with all of these crazy ass excuses and shit for John Jones now, but I thought like he was also the one that said the biggest fuck up in UFC history. Maybe he felt fucked up. Like, you know, I'm a big MMA personality. I probably shouldn't have said he was the biggest fuck up ever. So, you know, now I'll give him some crazy Chinese creatine excuses. I don't know. Where's my tinfoil hitter at? My tinfoil hitter's in my fucking hat. I need one. I'm telling you, I'm going to have that within the next week. Like a big fucking tinfoil can or cone I can just pull and sit on my hat whenever I come up with some stupid shit. Caleb Dowling said, I already read that. Sean Moonshine, yeah, he'll be back if they need him, yeah. JB Smith said, I love it. All I gotta do is say his name, John Jones, and all the haters come out. Honestly, I'm like Rogan. Let him take all the drugs and let him take the roids and chips fall where they do. Fights would be better, yeah, but it's about protecting yourself for the UFC. If you just let it be free and then someone gets fucked up, you say, look, man, he had him on steroids, which is why I got hit so hard, which is why I got fucked up. So I'm about to sue the UFC. John Jones. See, my ice melted. I'm drinking fucking melted ice and shit. Sean Moonshine said, Lo, I got nothing against. I need a fucking body armor right now, bro. I swear that's what I need. Those things are so fucking hydrating, bro. If I just had one body armor, I could probably run this stream for the next 3 hours. Or I could just go get a drink and come back, but it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? This is just the first joint. So, with that being said, I shit you not, Jones was my favorite fighter until he started cheating, man. How can you be the GOAT if you're a cheat? That's what I'm saying. Like, I heard Brendan Schaub saying one time, like, Daniel Cormier just can't be the GOAT with those losses to John Jones. And it's like, do we not consider the fact that he was cheating? So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if your only loss ever was to somebody that got caught cheating, how are you not the GOAT? If you take away your loss to the cheater, you're undefeated in 2 weight classes. Daniel Cormier, 13-0 at heavyweight. Only losses at light heavyweight was to a guy that was proven cheating, but he can't be the GOAT because he lost to him. So who is the GOAT? Because everybody's fucking lost. And some people, when they lost, it wasn't to a cheater. Like GSP, when he lost to Matt Serra didn't get caught cheating after that fight, flagged and shit like that. And that wasn't GSP's only loss. Whenever Anderson Silva lost to some of these dudes, Chris Weidman didn't get popped after he beat Silva. He beat him. You know what I'm saying? Whenever Weidman, when Cormier lost to Jones, he got popped dirty. That's the only person that ever beat him. Daniel Cormier didn't lose to somebody and have to get a rematch. No one could fucking beat him. Nobody. Except for the person that people regard as the pound-for-pound #1 fighter of all time, and he had to cheat to do it. So really, Daniel Cormier should probably fucking have more respect put on his name. But hey, it is what it is. He's earning his respect through his fighting. Now he's fighting Stipe. He's doing commentary work. He does Fox work. Fucking hell of a teammate, training partner, father. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Cormier is a hell of a dude, bro. Caleb Dowling said, in my books, once you cheat, you're out of the GOAT consideration. Later, guys, have a good week, said Sean Moonshine. All right, man. Yeah, I'm probably about to get out of here soon, too. My fucking throat's itchy. I'm thirsty. But my throat's hella itchy, bro. Dry and shit. I need a body armor, some water, dog. JB Smith said, and I got company. One of my cousins came over, and one of my friends came over. I gotta go say hi. I can't be fucking rude. Actually, I can, nigga. I'm at work. Fuck you, time, Matt. But I'm gonna go say hi to them and then switch over to Twitch. So I'm about to read whatever's left on the screen, and then I'm gonna fucking type in my Twitch, and y'all can come continue the live stream over there. I'm still gonna be talking shit. You can ask me the same questions, whether it's about MMA, or you can just fucking talk shit, or we can part our separate ways. JB Smith said, I honestly don't think Jones hardcore. Like, I think he is a fuck up with choices and decision making for sure, but he's my favorite. Sad for sure. First an estrogen blocker, then a steroid. Did the man just say, "Go on your belly"? This is the 80s again. All right, I think my stream. I'm sure said something after Stamina MC said, "Oh, Sarah Caballero, fuck, thick guy. Much Sarah Caballero. I'm about to get off, my friends. So if you want to come follow the stream to the Twitch, I'm going to write it right here, twitch.tv/fulltime MMA. Now you can go there. I'm not going to be live for like 30 more minutes. That's where I'm going to be streaming. And if you don't go there, I'll see you next Sunday here, because I'm going to start doing this every fucking Sunday, maybe more often. So it is with Sarah Caballeros. I love you. I love you too, sweet mommy. I hope you're a girl with that name. Brendan Schaub, Pink Booster, let's fucking go. I'm fucking hype. I'm finna rip my curtains off. We gonna have motherfucking all right, it is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. Go follow the Twitch channel, or if you got fucking Xbox, you can just follow me on there, and it'll also let you know when I'm on there. The name is Full-Time MMA, twitch.tv/Fulltime MMA. It is what it is. Thank you, everybody, for coming through, hanging out with your boy for the first ever post-fight pre-Twitch Sunday live stream. We're going to do this every Sunday. Thank you all very much, Full-Time family. I will see you soon, boy. 24/7 faded. Thanks again, brother. I'm out. And now I got to fucking figure out how to close this shit. So now I'm out.